Hey guys, back in the garage again. Well, it's Friday. I hope you had a good week. Game plan for today. I want to clean this up. I want to clean up those wells there. I want to pull the plug out, see how that is. That's got to get fixed. That's got to get fixed. And there's a dent up front on the bottom. I'd like to bang that out. It's not going to be a long day. I have a couple of things to do. It's not going to be a long day, but what I'd really like to do is get that frame done. And then I'm thinking, from there, I want to clean it up and everything. And then from there, maybe tomorrow, we can work on maybe the car to maybe clean it up underneath where the leaf springs have to go and stuff like that. So we can get the leaf springs in the car and slowly start getting this car together. So I'm hoping in the next couple of days, this car will be back down on the ground on all four wheels. So we'll see. It looks good on paper. But you know what? Let me get set up over here. And we're going to drag the frame outside. And we're going to do it outside. Okay? Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, guys. I thought it was going to be an easy day. I forgot about this. So now, hold on. So now, I spent about an hour spreading that around because there was a big dip there. It was driving me crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take care of that, and then we're going to get back onto the Camaro. Okay? Give me a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, now that that's done, let's get to work. All right, guys. Before I move the frame out, I want to show you what I'm doing. This plate sits right on here. Here's an alignment hole. That hole right there. Everything's got to be lined up. Listen, there's a few different ways you can do this. I'm showing you the way that I've done it for the past 20 some odd years and never had a problem. But there's always three ways to do one thing. You're going to say the right way, the wrong way, and your way. But no, there's two ways you could do this. You can run a bead all the way around here. Or you can mark this, cut all this out of here, put this in its place, and weld it again. This is the way I'm doing it. I'll hit this with a rust proofing. I'll put this on top. I'll weld it around. And it's really important that this hole right here, I'm going to show you what it's for. Like I say, this, you could do that. It's really what, I guess really what you feel like doing. But I've done it that way over 20 years. I can't tell you. I've lost count of how many cars I've done doing it that way. I've never had a problem, and I still see a lot of the cars around. Still not a problem. That hole that I showed you, this little hole right here, that's your alignment hole. That's going to sit on the frame, and this hole right here is what it aligns to. So when you put it in, this bottom hole, this little hole has to match that. So you run a dowel straight. Actually, what I use is an extension, and I'll show you when we put the frame on this car. I just want to show you the purpose of this hole. That's to align it to the cab of the car, I guess, or the body of the car. And this way it's all lined up right. So what I'm going to do is now is finally, maybe we'll get to work now. I'll finally get this frame just over to the garage door right over here. I'll prop it up on a jack stand, and then we're just going to get to work on that. And I'd love to get that done. I'd love to maybe clean the frame up, paint it. And that might be it for the day. I just want to prep the frame and get it ready for us. And then tomorrow, I want to prep underneath here, get it ready for us. And then in the next few days, we'll have this car back down on the ground, which should be pretty interesting to get this car off this lift, underneath the lift, get the car up off of this frame. And it's just, you know what? Hey, it'll get done. All righty. So listen, let me just set up everything now, but I just really wanted to show you the importance of these alignment holes. This one and that one right there. You got to get them right. If not, the car will be tweaked a little bit one way or another. So, and the frame could be a little bit too far forward, a little too far back, because the body bushings, believe it or not, they set in here, but you can move the car a little bit, a quarter of an inch one way or another. It will move. So, and you'll see when we go to put it in, I'll have the body bushings in there fairly snug, and I'll still be able to move the frame a little bit until you tighten it down. And then you start adding the front end and everything like that. But that's part of the whole build. But anyway, you know me, enough babbling. Let's get to work on this thing. Okay, here we go. Let's get this frame up. Oh, boy. Let's get this ramp out of the way so we can swing this frame. That isn't going to help at all. Oh, my gosh. I got to tell you, steel is heavy. Where can I put this thing? Let me put it down here so I can pick it up later. All right. I think we'll only have to, might be able to slide this out. This is what I'm hoping to do. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just awesome. We got this. Whoops. Whoops, oh boy. Oh. Where's this thing going? Huh. I gotta use a chock on this thing. It wants to roll away. Get this up in the air. Oh, you'd never know I have a bad back and a bad knee. You'd never guess it. But let's keep moving. All right. Well, let's sand this down real quick. We'll clean it up. Protect it a little bit. Let's drag this out. Up, hold on. I'm trying not to put my back to you anymore. I'm trying my best. That just see, I don't know. It seems like every time I put the camera down somewhere, it's always with my back towards you guys. So I'll put you right here. Hopefully that's good. Okay. Just want to clean this up. See, sometimes you just gotta stop, take a breath, because I was all ready to chop this up, and this washer was the only thing holding it. You know, I do it all the time, so I'm trying to teach myself, Al, stop, take a breath. Slow down, you big dummy. So that's what I'm trying. So, all right, I'm gonna hit this with a rust proofer right now. I'll show you this stuff. It's Chucky gave me this stuff. I used to use Port 15, and Port 15 works great too. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'm a fan of Port 15, but the application of this stuff is so much easier. Let me show you. This stuff right here, blue steel. I'm gonna put this on. Wear gloves. I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna brush it on, and it's gonna turn like almost like a greenish color. Then it turns to black when it dries, and it's ready to go. You can literally see it neutralizing the rust. You know, through the process of it changing color and everything. It's pretty wild. It's not bad at all. I like this stuff a lot, and it doesn't have the Port 15. It's almost like a thick paint that goes on it and neutralizes it. This stuff goes on almost like a paint, and you can actually paint over it. But you know, I would still prime it anyway. You could actually paint over it. So it's I like it. I'm a fan of it. I every time I've used it, I've always liked it. So here we go. You know what? Let's just take care of this so we can keep moving. All righty. Yeah, this stuff, I gotta tell you, I'm a fan. You just brush it on. And that's gonna dry to a black. So this should be, and I'm gonna paint over this again also. You know, once I weld the plate on top, I'll spray it underneath and on the top and everything. I'll try to encapsulate it the best I can. Curious. Oh, what the heck? You got extra? Let's see what it does. All right, we'll let that sit. Yeah, it's pretty wild. How you can see it just eats that rust away. You know, it's just you see it just doing it. You see it just going to work. All right. So while that's drying, let's. I'm gonna set up the welder. Okay. Let's set that up. Give me a sec. Just stop for a second. Look who dropped in. Jerome. What do you got there?
2010 painted the wrong color.
No.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's a Chrysler car.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah.
What did they?
Nice car. It's got a new motor in it.
No kidding.
6-cylinder, 6-speed.
6-cylinder, 6-speed?
Yeah. One car to go.
How cool is that?
40 horse.
Look at that. Cool car. Oh, what's Jerome doing now? Now what are you doing?
Nice. Does the convertible rocket panel the same as hardtop?
Different.
The outside skin is the same.
The outside skin's the same. It looks, everything looks the same. The thing is,
I know they're different.
Yeah.
Much stronger.
Well, no, the convertible
Has an extra support.
has two beams running front to back.
Yes.
Thin
yes.
pieces of steel running front to back. That thing, it's heavy. It weighs probably about 70 pounds, 75 pounds or something.
The convertible that I built for the guy, he had hardtop rocket panels, and I told him I want to change them complete, and I think he just has like those over there, like that over there.
Oh,
He's got
no.
two of them laying in his garage.
No, they're different. They're different. Yeah, no, big red flag. Big red flag.
No, I put Ray brought me the convertible.
Gotcha, okay.
And,
all right.
And I still have those.
Oh, all right, okay. All right. All right, guys. I'm going to have a cup of coffee with Jerome. All righty? I'll be right back. All right, guys. Jerome left. Maybe we can get something done today. It's always great to see him. You know, he's always in a good mood. You know, he's just a nice person. He really is. And pretty neat car. What he was saying was that car was painted, and when they painted it, they didn't paint it the right blue. They painted it a Chrysler color. So I don't know what was going on with that, but he just wanted to let me know. But you didn't miss anything. All right, what I had done was to speed up time a little bit. I just got some of the tools I think I might need. I clamped those on right there. And this right here, I'm just going to run a clean bead around it, clean it up, grind it down a little bit, and then we can move on with this. Hopefully, what I want to do is just kind of like wire wheel it down, clean it up, maybe just hose it off a little bit, and then call it a day, because I have all those cars that you guys sent me in that I want to post at the end of this video, all right? So don't forget, you know, you guys sent in a lot of cool rides. Okay. All right, so let's get started on this. Maybe we can get something done. Here we go. Welding mask. Oh. You know what? I can have my buddy hold this right here. All right, that'll work. Let's get to work on this. This is crazy. We got to get this done. Oh, no. I need my welding gloves. I know there are guys out there, I'm not going to mention any names, that like to weld without gloves. I think they're crazy. I'm half crazy because I got one glove. Oh, I got to turn the welder on, and here we go. Let me just throw one on here. That's not good. This garage door is killing me. Let's see how this works. Just want to turn this up a minute. I need a little more wire. Hopefully that'll do it. Just trying to set this. I had it set really low. I'm trying a little harder. Uh-oh. All right. I think that should do it. I'm going to go around, clean them up, paint them. I'm not, well, actually, I'm going to go around and clean the frame up. I'll grind some of the wells down. And then I don't know if I'm going to call it a day because I want to show you guys some of the cars he sent in. All right, so give me a minute. Let me see where we're going to go with this. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. While I was out, my parts guy dropped these off to me. This door button. Those are the leaf spring pockets. That's what the leaf springs bolt into that, and then that bolts into the bottom of the floor. And I'll show you when we go to put them in. So this is all welded up, pretty much all done. This was welded in before. They welded this in through the bottom. This here, I just closed the gap. I welded. I'm going to grind all this down and make it all clean and everything. Looks terrible, but it'll clean up nice. And then tomorrow, what I'm going to do is, because I'm not going to go golfing tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to go golfing tomorrow. And the way I golfed last time, I should never go golfing. But tomorrow, hopefully, we're going to clean all this up. You know, we'll degrease it, wire wheel it down, and we'll paint it up. And once this is done, I still have to fix a little dent in the front, but we'll get that out. Once that's done, then we can concentrate on, you know, just, there's some rot in here, like all this. I'm going to tear all this out and everything. Because I want this car to look nice. This car's got to, because I'm not going to put a motor and tranny in this car. I say that now. But most likely, I'm not going to put a motor and tranny in this car. Because, you know, I want to get started on this Mustang over here. And, you know, it's just one car after another. And the only reason why I'm doing this car and the Mustang, the reason why I did the other, why I'm doing Lucky is because it kind of familiarizes, I'm familiarizing myself with a Mustang on that car. So, which is good. And then with this car right here, a friend of mine's Jerome's gonna help, you know, start to finish, and we'll see what we could do. You know, see if, you know, the mistakes that I make, maybe he can help me with them, and hopefully we can get this car painted. And like I said, I've painted cars in here before, and it actually works out pretty well. So you know, we'll see what happens with this car. But this car, it's like I said, and it's not going to be black. I know, I know. I read your comment. I'm not going to do it in black. It's kind of a cool stock color. it's a choice between two colors, honestly. So, and you don't see them too often. And whenever you see them, you're like, wow, that's a nice color. So, what I'm hoping is to achieve that, just to be able to learn how to hopefully do a good job to where we could do the Mustang so we don't have to send anything out. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to show you all the rides that you sent in. You sent in some beautiful rides. Thank you so much. And like I say, I'll keep doing it every Friday night if you guys keep sending them in. So take a look at them. You guys, I gotta say, you guys have some pretty interesting projects, and you got some pretty interesting rides. You really do. Thank you for sending them in, and thank you for sharing it with us. All right. So without babbling anymore, here we go. Some beautiful cars, huh? Like I say, thank you very much for sending those in. And like I say, the reason why I started this was because you guys are always watching everything that we're working on in here. So just send me some of the things that you guys are working on, or what you're cruising around in. Basically, send us a photo of your ride. Just send me. You can send me a before and after, or just two, only two photos because it gets to be so crazy. Okay, so I gotta say, I was pretty surprised at how many cars you guys sent in. Thank you so much. And I appreciate every comment you guys send me. I will get back to you. It's taken me a lot longer, and I'm trying my best to get back to you guys, but I've just been so busy. And today I'm kind of dragging myself. I don't know why. You know, I really don't know why. But I don't know. All right. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and you guys take care of yourselves and have an awesome weekend. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow working on this again because I really want to get this car done. I'd like to get it done as quick as I can. All right. So again, here we go. Babbling squirrel. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and you guys take care of yourselves and have an awesome weekend.